Shetty, ED and Group CEO, joins us on the show right now. Viren, hi, morning. You've performed well in the second quarter. When we look at the performance, your operating improvement is clearly visible both in the domestic as well as the Cayman hospital. Would you say that both geographies did well? And what really is the vision going forward? Do you sense that they would continue to perform well as they have in the second quarter?
We've had strong performance across all our units. I think Q2 generally benefits from being relatively stable months, and with 31 days in two of those months. We've had strong, consistent performance across our health cities in Bangalore, as well as large units in Calcutta. A lot of our newer units, the ones that are in Gurgaon, Dharamshila in East Delhi, and HRCC Bombay, have shown consistent performance as well. So nothing particularly, of note. Cayman as well continues to perform. So I would say nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Your domestic EBITDA margins, they've improved by about, 16%. Did mature hospital do better as occupancy levels, we understand, have also improved?
The occupancy did go up across our newer units. If you're talking about the increase in the EBITDA, that was essentially because of the base effect. If you look on a Q-on-Q and the last year's quarter as well, performance is quite muted, essentially because of the dragging effect of our three newer hospitals. But in as far as the performance of our newer hospitals improves, you can see an overall increase in our EBITDA.
Sure. Now, despite strong growth in volumes, the company was able to successfully hold up revenue and, discharge at 0.1 million. If you could just share with us going forward as well, what the kind of outlook is on those numbers?
What it essentially means is that we are able to continue to maintain steady occupancy and drive a much larger throughput. So what that means is our ARPOB, which is the annualized revenue per occupied bed, stayed consistent through not just driving price increase, but essentially through discharging a much larger number of patients.
Okay, and the company has seen a drastic turnaround in profitability with the ROC improvement as well. Do you think this will continue?
We would attempt to continue that, essentially because we haven't deployed much capital over the past couple of months. Most of the capital that we deployed was in the flagship unit, in the new units, which was 2 and 3 years ago. As long as we're able to keep up the performance, we believe that the ROC will continuously improve, but it won't be this way permanently, because we do have to look at expansion, adding new units to our existing beds. For example, our health city in Bangalore, our large hospital in Calcutta, as well as in Ahmedabad. These are units which are stagnating in terms of the total number of beds that we have relative to the amount of demand that we get from patients. So those will need much more capacity for us to drive revenue growth. So possibly by next year, as we start deploying more capital in brownfield expansion to our existing hospitals, you'll start to see the ROC suppress again.
Right. Though as operating leverages really kick in, do you see a scale-up coming in both new as well as mature hospitals for you?
Yes, of course, because most of these are very large upfront fixed costs in terms of equipment and so on. And a lot of the manpower as well are on a minimum guarantee and a fixed component. As the occupancy is able to increase and our throughput increases, you get a lot more leverage that we can benefit from.
Okay. The hospital industry has seen a lot of consolidation recently in the last 2 years. Do you expect this to continue for the sector?
I would say it would benefit for the people doing the consolidating. From our perspective, I guess the patient that we see will continue to be the patients that we see. Fewer hospital groups that are in the market really doesn't make a difference one way or the other, because the absolute number of beds stays constant.
All right. And how is Aayushman Bharat contributing to volume growth as well? Do you expect this to perhaps raise volumes multifold?
Again, not really, because Aayushman, the ramp-up has been a lot slower than is to be imagined. The truth also is that the number of patient awareness is much less, and hospitals are dedicating around 5 to 10% of their beds for Aayushman. The ramp up is there, but it's not anything greater than what the normal hospital ramp up is. At least that is our observation. So I wouldn't say that you're looking at a 5 or 10x increase in patients coming in. It's just the normal course of doing business, except that below the bottom 15% of the beds that are reserved for Aayushman, those will see the normal 12-15% year-on-year ramp up.
All right, let's take a quick break on that note. Thanks so much for joining us with that commentary then. That's the latest.